The previous Crossy Road Castle Tower was released in December of 2023. After unlocking the Rainbow Rift characters, there was no reason to renew my Apple Arcade subscription. The game felt done, but now the adventure continues. Hips the Whale released a new tower. It's called the Eagle's Fiendish Fortress. This tower is phenomenal. It's one of the best in the game. I renewed my Apple Arcade subscription to play the Crossy Road Castle update. And one of the first things you'll likely notice about this new tower is the music. Do you hear that? It sounds like Castlevania and 1980s metal, with just a hint of emo. I think this tower has the best music in the game. It adds to the tension. While not as tough as the Rainbow Rift, this tower is difficult. It's quite a quest to unlock the knight. And since I originally started this journey with Blue the cat, that's how this adventure is going to end. Hips the Whale said, "Prove you're no chicken in this final feather-ruffling showdown." And perhaps this tower answers a question. Defeat an oversized angry eagle. Why is it so angry? Well, if the big bird is anything like these smaller birds, perhaps it's possessed. See how they change? And when they change back, there's a sizzling question mark floating above their heads. Having traveled through many levels of this tower, it doesn't feel like a definitive end to the story. Plus, the description still says, get new content, new towers, and characters coming regularly. So, I'm not sure what happens next with Crossy Road Castle. But right now, there are 2 new secret characters in the roster. If you're looking to unlock those characters, gem number 1 is a great place to get started. This one is pretty common. Just look for a room like this. While a yellow door is on the right side, there's an alternate exit. Just trigger a bridge collapse to clear the path. And then sneak through to the green door. It's more brick breaking on the other side. That's accomplished with the big buddy. Once it sees you, it charges in that direction. The collision will cause the brick structure to crumble, which is part of a race to the top. The gem will travel upwards, so the objective is to grab it before it is out of reach. It's nothing too complicated, just textbook Crossy Road Castle. But the second gem, that one is tough. Perhaps the toughest in the game. So next up is gem number 3. It's a similar setup. There's a yellow door, but the green door leads to the gem. The trick here is to jump towards the left, over the row of spikes, and land safely on the other side. I usually clear out the enemies first. It's less distracting that way. And again, this gem is another race to the top. It's a bit more tricky. If you stand too long on the crumbling platforms, you'll fall. While this room is safe from danger, the gem will become unreachable if it makes it to the top before you. Fortunately, this cat is quite nimble. That's gem number 3. Gem number 4 is easier with a group, but it can be done solo too. The first part is not too bad. It's another crumbling bricks room. Yet, you'll need to jump from those bricks to make it to the green door. You can use this vertical section as a guide. Just stand on the top and wait. Once at the horizontal section, quickly jump to the door. Next, the objective is to keep the little blue walker from dying. If all 3 platforms are raised together, it's not too bad. However, since the cat is alone, the trick is to wait until the walker bounces off the left section. Then raise the middle section. Once high enough, raise the right section. If done quickly enough, the little blue guy will trigger the switch. That makes the 4th gem easily accessible. Just jump up to collect your prize. The 5th gem is another race. It's not too bad if you're persistent and patient. I said patient. That's the problem with this gem. It's a lot of switches and platform jumps. Without precise movement, this gem could be quickly out of reach. But anyway, look for another crumbling brick room with a green door on the right. It's so similar that it's hard to tell them apart. But basically, if it leads to this room, you're in the right spot for gem number 5. Just keep things moving. Set the platforms at or near maximum distance, then move onwards as soon as possible. Again, persistence, patience, and precision. That should get gem number 5. Now going back to gem number 2. That seems to require several boss battles. I haven't seen the second gem room below the 90s. That's level 90, not the 1990s. But with the music blasting, you might forget the decade. Crossy Road Castle does have that classic video game feeling. Perhaps that's why I've been enjoying this tower. Anyway, I started feeling bad for the bird. This appears to be the third encounter. First was on the Unihorse Castle, then in Space Station 115, and now in this fiendish fortress. The objective is to hit the switches to fill the container with acid. Once full, that's an attack on the bird. The problem is that multiple switches are needed. And while the giant beaker is not being filled up, the acid will drain back out. So again, keep the pressure on. That's why this game is fun. It's constant action. Unless you mess up on this boss fight. Then the game gets a bit repetitive. So don't lose. It's 3 rounds to win the fight. Now it's on to gem number 2. I've seen 2 different versions of the room leading to gem number 2. When the level number just passes triple digits, it seems to be this room. A place filled with acid snakes. But if you're able to make it this far, it shouldn't be much of a problem getting to the green door. But with an earlier version of the room, that's a different story. It involves landing a precise jump on this bird. If you miss, then the green door becomes unreachable. So, which is better? The more difficult jump sooner, or an easier jump later? Either way, it leads to this room. That's where things get serious. To get here, I had to push my gaming skills dramatically forward. Crossy Road Castle is easier when played in a group. Except I don't know anyone personally that wants to play Crossy Road Castle. Certainly not at the skill level required to get here. So I tried playing online. There are lots of great players out there. But unfortunately, at least with Apple Arcade matchmaking, the higher you go, the increased danger from lag. That's an interesting sight. But also, there's a communication problem. It's frustrating to see players running off in the wrong direction. This is not a new problem with Crossy Road Castle. I previously solved it with multiple controllers. The second player stands idle, waiting to act in the event of failure. That creates additional chances to complete the level. This reduces the loss of hearts, making it easier for a single player to travel further. Except, is that cheating? This issue was discussed previously on Phoenix TV. Is it cheating to have no friends? In other words, is having a second character just sitting there as a way to save hearts not considered fair play? The game is designed to be friendly to players. As long as one person makes it to the exit, everyone makes it to the next level. I think it's a good design decision, as that makes the game fun for beginners. But is it cheating to exploit that system? Well, with what I did next, I think not. I played the game in an extreme way. Do you see what I'm getting at here? I decided to use that second controller, to not let it sit idle. I attempted to play both characters at the same time. The experience was exhilarating. Back in the arcades, I used to dual-wield gun games like Area 51 and Gunblade. Why not just do that here? Crossy Road Castle can be played one-handed. So, with Blue controlled with my left hand and the Prince controlled with my right hand, it was a 2-man team, controlled by one guy. Is this cheating? I think not, because it's quite a challenge, and it's lots of fun. I suppose it's theoretically possible for one person to play all 4 characters, but quad wielding seems insane though. Anyway, back to gem number 2. I had to learn to control both characters because that final gem is so high up. If one of the characters falls, and it will fall if left alone, the view expands out too far. The characters become tiny, and it's really difficult to see the direction of the cannons. Even that challenge wouldn't be enough, as I managed to make it to the last bucket. I played the game in high definition. Yet, with the interface covering the view, I couldn't see which way Blue was facing. That was too much trouble. After a couple of missed shots, it was a long fall back down. That's when I made the decision to play both characters at the same time. The general idea was to keep both characters close together. But since it's a fairly long run, back to level 92 and above, I started getting much better at controlling both characters. It was such fun. Now, is that what you should do in order to unlock the Knight? Hopefully that's not necessary, but it's going to be tough to solo. And if you're in a group, everyone needs to play smart. So that makes the Knight special. I think the Knight is a great addition to the game. The animation and the style really matches the theme of this game. There are sound effects, but they're not as annoying as some of the other characters. It's just well done. I think that describes the whole tower. After years of work, Hips the Whale got better at their craft. I suppose I got better as a player too. That was fun. And hopefully this video makes you a better player. Thanks for watching.